So we are continuing with the unit 2 of the class 9th, that is matter around us pure. We are doing some more questions, and question number 1 of this lecture is how will you separate mixture of chloroform and carbon tetrachloride. The mixture of chloroform and CCl4, it can be separated by using fractional distillation because they have different boiling points. So when this mixture is distilled, first of all the fraction which is having less boiling point, that will come out, followed by the other fraction. So two liquids, they can be separated by using fractional distillation. Then we have second question, name the gray color compound formed when iron is heated with sulfur powder. When iron is heated with sulfur powder, we get a gray color compound that will be ferrous sulfide. Let us illustrate it with reaction Fe plus S. When it is heated, we will get FeS. This is a gray color compound. Now, what is the use of FeS? The use of FeS is to prepare H2X gas. In the salt analysis, it is used when FeS is treated with concentrated sulfuric acid. You will be getting ferrous sulfate plus H2S gas. This is done in Kipps apparatus. Then we have question number 3. Name the separation techniques used to separate insoluble solid from a solvent. It is done by filtration followed by the centrifugation. First of all, we filter to remove the insoluble salt, and then we centrifuge to separate the next soluble salt from the solvent. Then we have solution of solid in a liquid. Solution of solid in a liquid, it can be separated first by evaporation followed by crystallization and then distillation. Crystallization will leave the some other liquid, and then other liquid is evaporated. We will be getting the pure substance crystals. Then mixture of miscible liquid. How to separate mixture of miscible liquid? This question is just similar to this question. They can be separated by fractional distillation. When fractional distillation is carried out, the liquid whose boiling point is less, it is first separated in the form of vapors. They are cooled and are collected in a separate receiver, followed by the other liquid which is having the more boiling point. Then how will you separate the mixture of substances from a solution? They can be separated by chromatography. It is based upon the phenomenon of adsorption, and we can use column chromatography, paper chromatography, thin layer chromatography. We have already discussed these chromatography techniques. Then we have the what are normal and radioactive elements. Normal elements are those elements which do not emit the radioactive radiations, alpha, beta, gamma rays. They are called as normal elements because they are N by P ratio, means neutron upon proton ratio, that lies in the stability zone, that is 1 to 1.6. So they are having the stable nuclei, so they do not emit the radiations, alpha, beta, gamma radiations. Then we have radioactive elements. These are those elements whose nuclei are not stable. They are N by P ratio, does not lie in the stable zone, that is 1 to 1.6. That's why they emit the alpha, beta, gamma radiations to acquire the stability. So they are called as radioactive elements. Name three liquid elements or three liquid metals. Name three liquid metals. So they are mercury, gallium and cesium. These are the liquid metals which are found in the nature in the liquid state. It is mainly because of the weak metallic bonding among their atoms, metallic atoms and mobile electrons. Why mercury is liquid? Similar question can be asked. Why gallium is liquid? Why cesium is liquid? The reason is same. They have weak metallic bonding among their lattices. That's why they exist in the liquid state. Then we have the question out of hydrogen and carbon dioxide. How will you separate carbon dioxide from the mixture? By passing the gases through alcoholic solution of KOH, which will dissolve carbon dioxide and will leave hydrogen. Later on hydrogen is separated. So carbon dioxide, it is absorbed by KOH and we are left with hydrogen gas. Prove that ammonia and sodium chloride, they are pure compounds, and it can be proved by few characteristics. For example, the properties of ammonia, they are altogether different from nitrogen and hydrogen from which this ammonia is formed. Similarly, properties of NaCl, they are different from Na as well as that of chlorine. Therefore, it shows that they are not the pure element, they are compounds. Then we have the second, the ratio by weight in the ammonia and NaCl, it is in the fixed ratio by weight, the hydrogen and nitrogen combining in ammonia. Similarly, sodium and chlorine, they are combining in case of the NaCl. So they are the compounds, it is proved. Since their properties are different, they are compound, their properties are different from their constituents. Second is they cannot be easily separated from each other. Third is they are constituent combined in a fixed ratio during their formation. Now, why air is considered as a mixture? Because air contains different gases in different ratios. It has nitrogen 78.2% by volume. It has oxygen 20%. It has other noble gases 1%. It has carbon dioxide 0.01%. So we have different gases in different ratios. That's why it is called as mixture. How will you separate sulfur from a mixture of sulfur, carbon and a roll of sulfur? It can be separated by treating this mixture with carbon disulfide, which will dissolve sulfur but leaves carbon. Carbon can be separated from it through the filtration, and the remaining solution is having a complex of carbon trisulfide CS2 reacted with sulfur to give this complex. This complex is filtered and then evaporated and heated to get sulfur back. Name the exothermic and endothermic reactions. What are exothermic and endothermic reactions? Exothermic reactions are those reactions where heat is produced during their proceed. Then example is C solid combines with O2 gas to give you CO2 gas. We get delta H, that is minus 393.5 kilojoule per mole. So this is a exothermic reaction. Similarly, we have endothermic reactions. Endo reactions are those reactions which are accompanied by absorption of heat. When they proceed, M2 and O2, they combine to give you 2NO. Delta H in this case is 180.6 kilojoule. This is the endothermic reactions. So endothermic, the heat is taken in. Exothermic, heat is lost from the system. Then what are the applications of centrifugation? Centrifugation is used in separation of cream from the milk. It is used in the separation of blood components from the plasma during the blood test in the lab. Centrifugation is also used up in washing the clothes. The washing machine works on the basis of principle of centrifugation. Why crystallization is better than evaporation? Because crystallization does not involve the decomposition of the substance Moreover, the impurities, they are removed permanently, they are not remaining with the compound in evaporation. The impurities, they may remain in some solution, and during evaporation the compound may char, or it may break up, it may decompose during the evaporation. So crystallization is considered to be the better method as compared to evaporation. Now, what is gunpowder? Gunpowder, it is very important question. Gunpowder, what is gunpowder? It is a mixture of sulfur, potassium nitrate and charcoal. It is used as a explosive. Then what are pure substances? Pure substances are those substances which are made up of only one kind of particles, while mixtures are the substances which are made of the many types of particles. They may be element, they may be compound. Let us give some pure examples of pure substances. Distilled water is a pure substance, NaCl is a pure substance, diamond is a pure substance, pure oxygen is a pure substance. Then mixture, air is a mixture, milk is a mixture of number of proteins and fats, and gasoline, it is a mixture of number of gases. Then we have the question, give characteristics of the mixtures. So components in mixture, components are present in not in a fixed ratio, they may be present in any ratio in the mixture. Mixture can be homogeneous as well as the heterogeneous. Both kinds of mixture they are being seen. Then mixtures are formed by physical change. Properties of the mixture, they are between the components of the mixture, and it can be separated, constituent can be separated only by physical means. Its formation is not accompanied by evolution or absorption of heat, that is called as the mixture. Then how will you separate mixture of nitre, that is potassium nitrate and NaCl? They can be separated by fractional crystallization, since they have different solubilities in water. KNO3 is less soluble as compared to NaCl. So when this mixture is dissolved by heating the solvent, then followed by crystallization, the crystals of KNO3 or nitre that will appear first as compared to NaCl, whose crystal will be appearing later on. So how will you separate the mixture of iron and copper fillings? It can be separated by magnetic separation. Their magnet is blown, it is rubbed over the mixture, then iron fillings or iron particles, they cling to the magnet, while copper filling, they do not cling to the magnet. So iron is taken out of the mixture and copper is left behind. So in this manner we can separate this mixture. Then we have the question, how will you separate the mixture of ammonium chloride, sand and NaCl? Then ammonium chloride is first of all separated by heating the mixture. Ammonium chloride vaporizes because it is a sublimizable compound, and it is then cooled, the vapors are cooled, and we are getting NaCl, ammonium chloride solid. Then remaining mixture, sand and ammonium chloride, sodium chloride, this mixture is dissolved in water, then sand is separated.